Okay, live here. And it says I'm live here. All right. I'm going to go ahead and get started because I am so busy. So let me just go try to stay on track because I am so unbelievably distracted. All right. Islamism. I am Sister Tahita S. Najil Lael of CalifaMedia.com, riseofthemoors.org, and com, mrcicharities.org and com, and certifiedmoorish.org and com. And I am here for my now bi-weekly Tuesday chamber chat, where this is my humble effort to encourage and, try to poach some Moors into coming over to our side so we can close ranks and shut down folks and rebuild ourselves at the same time. Because we all know if you're a Moor, what is that? Their blessing is our curse and vice versa. So these people seem to be going through quite a few curses lately, and I want to take full advantage of them by making, twisting the knife more than a little bit. Because people have been exploiting us long enough, I figure it's time for us to exploit ourselves. So this is me coming here to let you know. I do something on Fridays too, but for Tuesdays, I focus on enterprise, entrepreneurship, and business. Because Moors need to start building. And honestly, for real, I need some help. I'm willing to, and more than slowly, rapidly entering into a position where I can actually afford to like outsource and hire people, starting with my children. And I'll be getting into that. But, eventually I need some skilled labor, that kind of thing, some actual expertise. So, and I've already put it out there. If you are so inclined and so skilled, I'm willing to trade you a setup like mine for your services, because I can't work with you if you have to report your activities to the IRS, because that means you have to report my activities to the IRS. All right, that's that. And please forgive my disheveled appearance. I tried to come on Tuesdays looking a little professional. You're in a, act as if type of thing. Don't just talk about it, be about it. But I've been ripping and running and very busy today, and this is my uniform for busy days. So please absolve me. So this week, a few quick announcements. No matter where you are, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, and please comment, right? Let me know what's on your mind and what you think of the content or what you want to see me cover next. And if you have any questions or suggestions, you can email me at califamedia@gmail.com or editor@califamedia.com or califamedia.com/contact us. There you go. So that's all that. And of course, I have my notes because why? I respect your time. All right, beautiful. I'm moving through this. So today I'm covering theory versus application, okay? Because it occurred to me today, right? Because I wait for divine inspiration, and it tends to show up the day I need it. It's like, dang, I sure would like to work on this stuff, but whatever, I'll go with what's working. So theory versus application. And I came up with that one because I have some announcements, but I'm going to speak on this real quick. I came up with that one because of all the Moors, me personally, I've encountered, and I will not name names, where they were telling me what they were doing, what they've applied, what they've managed to do for themselves, right? And how well it's working for them. But they want much fiat for me to learn how to do it from them. I don't mind that, but my thing is, if you're so great, why do you need my money? That kind of thing. I understand a servant is worthy of their hire, and I am a strong proponent of the theory of reciprocity. My interpretation is, if we don't trade something, it's not going to work. It's not because I necessarily want or need your money. It's just because the energy is off, because you really can't expect to get something for nothing and have it work out for you. This is just my experience. Okay. So, that being said, the theory versus application that I'm covering today, where I hear so many more is talking about, and people in general, right? Like, oh, you could do your discharge like this, blah, blah, blah. Just do this, just do that, just do this, just do that. When people really would love a bureaucracy, right? Is there a form I can fill out? I'm willing to do the work, but this is a huge learning curve, right? So my contribution to the nation is to take away those learning curves. Allow me, right? I have a good European education, so I'm quite used to suffering when I'm learning new things. I'm getting not so happy about encountering learning curves as I get older, but I know I'm capable. It's just I'm getting lazier as I'm getting older, not dumber or less capable. It's just, I don't want to do it type of thing. But hey, if it'll help some Moors out so that they can get in a position where I can actually work with them, and then we could take down this store, the Virginia company, right? If you're wondering why the United States is so freaking greedy, it's because it's a corporate, it's a company. The United States has been set up to make money. It's time for the people who are supposed to live here to actually turn it into a homeland, right? Right now, it's like a trashier, if you can imagine it, a trashier version of Walmart. All right, because anybody who can get here can come on in, and we got some free samples and all this good stuff as long as you help us keep the real owners over there and suppressed. So anyway, I got tired of hearing about theories. I can do this, I can do that. Where's your proof? All you're doing is telling me stuff, right? I can show you how to set up a business. Where's your business? Because from what I'm seeing, it looks like your business is trying to sell me a course on how to set up a business that I don't. It appears your only business is selling courses. I don't like how that looks, and so of course I don't want to look like that, right? So I have enough theory, right? And enough Moors have expressed enough interest where I can share my application with them. And I actually have a book series called Applied Solutions for Moorish Americans. And right now up there is for the Applied Solutions series is addressing the issue of child support and securing national interest through homeschooling. And a brother gave me a great idea where the book is fire, right? It's like a whole story. It's like stories, right? I like telling stories. So I take you through an actual case, and it's an actual case, but I hid the names for people's privacy that I don't really have to protect. But it's an actual case, and I walk you through the process, and I present the forms to you. And it's in the form of a book. And instead of sitting on here, you could do this, right? You could do this, right? How? Sometimes our people just need to be shown. Some people learn by example, okay? Like my thing is, I'm the reverse of Prussian education, where they like set you up to fail. So you'll always feel some kind of shame, and you'll constantly be striving to impress people in a system that was built where you'll never be able to impress them, okay? So I'm the reverse. Instead of showing or telling you test, no, I'm gonna show you exactly how to do it, watch you do it successfully, and then I'll give you a test. Or maybe not, because you already did it successfully. That's just my approach. So my thing is, here you go, and here's my application. Here you go. I guess I can go ahead and lean into this. There's a 508c1a toolkit. A lot of Moors had a lot of questions about it. And some of the questions were about the basics of setting up business. So instead of repeating myself constantly, there is a book. Yes, shameless, as in no shame plug, okay? Where I wrote it down for y'all. This is a reference, all right? Where I'm walking you through what I did, why I used what I used, and exactly how I did it. This goes along with what I actually did, which is a separate item that you can acquire. It's the toolkit. This breaks down the toolkit. And now that I've finished this has actually been sent to the publisher for printing. I'm just waiting for them to get it back to me so I can go ahead and order some copies to send to the Moors, who will be receiving a digital copy on October 29th when it's officially released. I'm just waiting on them. So now that I've completed this, it's like, let me take a 30-minute break and move on to the trust section, because this is just the start. You use this one to set up the corporation. This is how I'm doing it, because I'm following in the steps of the prophet that I think I've interpreted correctly. Okay, I guess I'm going to find out, and I'll let y'all know when it hasn't tripped me up. That's when I'll let y'all know. But so far, so good. It took me 10 years to bring this out. I'm just saying. So this is the first part. You set up your corporation so you don't have to be the one doing all this stuff. I'm going to have a child, an innocent, right? This child is tax exempt. It doesn't have a social security number. It has an EIN, because the lowest form of incorporation is the individual. Okay. Right above that is the corporation, depending on how you got it set up. Okay. This one is tax exempt because it's 508. And then that baby is going to be my grantor. Pure Clean Corporation, right? As much as it can be, is going to be setting up my trust and assigning me as the trustee. Get it? So that's step one. And I'm quickly moving into step two. So look for another book coming out. And speaking of books, real quick tangent. If you want a copy of Isonomy or The Torch, this goes into the application versus theory part, because the title of this is Theory versus Application. This goes into it. Isonomy and The Torch. Okay. I have been having to charge so much money for these books because of how distributors are set up. Basically, you have to set it where wholesalers get your stuff 40% off. 40%. And then the 60% that's left is split between you, the printer, and the platform that's doing this for you, the distributor. You understand how much is left over at the end of that? And I had to raise the price was just like messed up for me to make $2. So now I have taken them offline, off platforms where you can only get them through Moorish sites. I might, or through my site, right? This is the theory. I'm probably is leading somewhere. So I'm like, I want to see what will happen. I know this is taking a big old leap, because if I take these two things down off of Amazon and Barnes and Nobles and Books A Million, what's going to happen? Nobody's going to be, will anybody be able to find me? I didn't say no one's going to be able to do it. I asked, will people be able to find me? Because I see how many books I'm selling versus how much I'm actually earning off of it. And I don't like what I'm seeing. I have a theory, but who cares about my theory until I can prove it actually works? It actually does something, right? So I applied this theory by taking them down. What happened? I think it was maybe 9 days later. It wasn't 2 weeks. I got one email, was it Friday? And I think I got another email on Saturday, right? So a week passed, I got to that Saturday, then the following Saturday after I took them down, got one email where a book wholesaler said, I'll take 2 cases. And then another one ordered 2 books, because I'm only guessing, they had somebody waiting for their book, but they were out of stock and couldn't get them restocked because I took them down. They contacted me and ordered 2 copies and said, we need to know the price for 5 more. Theory, will this work? I think if I take these books down, I'll be able to sell them cheaper and be able to make higher profit, just because I'll be doing it in-house instead of letting them distribute. I'll be my own distributor, right? That's my theory. The application was actually following through with that theory, and it worked. I'm just saying it can be done. All right. And that's just me doing one thing with one of my businesses. Okay. I got a lot of, irons in the fire, maybe too many, but I praise Allah for making me the way he did, or she did, giving me the strength and the interest to keep going, because I do worry, like, am I going too hard? I don't want to like pop something and then I can't do anything except get in a box and go 6 feet underground. All right. So anyway, so that's the theory versus application. Okay. So cool. That actually accidentally covered all of my announcements except for one, the Moorish meetup. So I actually covered the theory versus application. That was it. I guess I'm done. So y'all can rewatch it if you missed it. I might touch on it again in a second, but you can click off now because I'm getting ready to get into something else. Specifically, the Moorish meetup that's coming up in Georgia. And that actually does have something to do with this, because thank you, King Trump. Not really, because I don't care. I do care. I do care because I don't like what I'm seeing going on around me. But, I'm like, well, the government workers aren't getting paid. I'm not a government worker. People aren't getting, government benefits. That doesn't affect me either, right? So what? Okay, I'm just waiting. I know I'm gonna get, it's gonna splash on me somehow, because everybody's getting caught up somehow, some way, right? And my somehow, some way was my flight to Georgia in a couple of weeks. I'm like, okay, so the TSA is shut down. That's one problem, right? You were trying to make these people who are already slow enough, and now they calling in sick. I'm not trying to be dealing with that twice, there and back. That's one problem. Second problem, which is definitely bigger, is that the air traffic controllers aren't getting paid. The people that keep the planes from crashing into each other aren't getting paid. You know what? I'll just drive. Yes, I reserved my ticket in April. I reserved my ticket April 23rd, 2025 for a trip that was supposed to take place in November. And 2 weeks before the trip, I had to cancel it because you know what? It'll just be easier to drive, right? That's just the Midwestern thing. Is it less than 18 hours? I'll just drive, right? Yeah. And since I'll be driving, because I was going to fly, I'm like, well, I'm just going to fly and just bring my clothes and my children, right? If you want the itinerary, the full itinerary for the meetup, which is happening November 14th through the 16th, is on riseofthemoors.org/Georgia. So I'm like, well, since I'm driving anyway, now I can bring merch. Now I can vend. This is great. Wait. I got a book coming out that'll just be released. And hopefully, Allah willing, I'll have some actual copies in hand by then. I should, right? So it's like, dang, I might have to do a book signing, right? And if you get it and you're in the area, and it will be available in digital form on the 29th, okay? And you can still order the physical form, but I'm still waiting for the books to come in, but they are on the way. So since I have to drive anyway, I will be vending and I will be bringing this book with me. And I know the brother Amir, if he's in here, I'm going to have to apologize to you now. I know what you told me about this restaurant, but my goodness, come on, man. We're going to be eating there anyway. It's probably going to turn into a meeting anyway. So I might as well give the brothers and the sisters running the spot a heads up that I want to do this, because their listing specifically said, and I'm talking to Amir, it specifically said, if you are teaching Moorish science or something related to business and finance, we want to work with you. So don't think of it as a betrayal. It's just, I got to see something. And what is that saying? Those who do not hear must feel. I'm willing to feel. I'm willing to take that chance. So if you're going to be in Georgia on the 14th, Allah willing, I'm going to contact them. This is not written in stone, because I just decided maybe I might have to do this today because I don't have a flight. I can actually drive and bring all my stuff with me. We will be at Tassili's vegan, raw vegan restaurant. It's on the site. We're going to be there eating anyway, just so the Moors can gather, and then we're going to be moving on to the other venues. And I was like, they got a meeting spot. If we're going to be there eating anyway, we might as well hold an actual meeting. So if you're going to be in the Atlanta area on November 14th, hey, I'll be there. I'm taking a break. So it's a meetup. All the venues are on the website at riseofthemoors.org/Georgia, and you can drop in and drop out at any point in the meetup. I'm just trying to link up with the Moors, especially the Southern Moors, because y'all know how to act. Not that the other ones don't, but that Southern hospitality is a thing. All right. Okay. Like I said, I might come back to the application versus theory. Last thing, and I'm about to be done on time because I smell food and I got to go eat. So, like I said, this book, this whole thing, right, started where someone mentioned the 508 incorporation. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I've been doing that the whole time. I just didn't know to call it that. Let me notify everybody that give them a constructive notice that I figured out the game. And they gotta play by the rules. Now that I know them, right? And it worked. And I didn't want to keep it to myself. No gatekeeping. So there's that. It's available. You can use the exact same paperwork that I used. And if you don't understand how to start with this. Okay. And then what has this led to? It's crazy how it's actually in my chart how I have a problem asking for help. It's Moon conjunct Saturn. It's very restricting, and there's a whole bunch of denials to go into it. It's like a whole bunch of disappointment. Only if you set yourself up for it, type of thing. So so your best bet, in my experience, is just to do it yourself. F your feelings, get on with it. Okay. Basically, story of my life. So I have this child, right? and he was born at home. And he does not have a birth certificate, and he does not have a social security number, that kind of thing. He just turned 16. And as per my chart, all of my children want to work and earn their own money as soon as they're able. I've proven it with 2, and the third one has done it as well. Okay. So he wants to work. I'm trying to get him to work for me. But in the meantime, it's like, what if he wants to just have some experience outside the house? I want to be able to have it where he can facilitate that with no, not too many bumps and bruises. Because I see the illegals are being able to do this. The undocumented, he's undocumented. So how do I do this where he won't like get caught up or disappear into a cage and nobody can find him because he doesn't exist? So I had heard that this was possible. All of things I've heard of, but I cannot find anything where I could actually apply this. All these, it's like all I see is theory. You say you did it, but I don't see any proof of it. I'm not saying you got to prove it to me. I'm not going to even ask you for proof, because usually when people have figured out something monumental, they want to show the proof to be like, look, y'all, look what I did, right? It's not showing off. It's making it so you don't have to go through the pain I went through. I didn't enjoy it. I'm glad I know it now. I appreciate going through it, but I don't think I don't think that level of suffering is necessary for somebody to be able to use this. I don't think it's cool. It's not necessary, that kind of thing, right? So, along the lines of how this wound up, right? So the more who said what it was, but never told us how to do it, I'm like, well, I think I have it, and whatever I don't have, I'll figure out the rest. Okay. And now that's turned into another one where my son that doesn't exist, I've just drafted his affidavit of live birth, which I'm getting ready to get notarized tomorrow. And if I have enough time, Allah willing, it will be filed on the county record in Georgia tomorrow as well. Because I actually took the initiative, because I figured Moorish might need it as well. Where I don't know if you've heard, you might have heard me say this before, where I signed up for Simplifile. I think that's what it's called, Simplifile, where it gives me access to all of the county recorders in the United States. So I'm in Indiana. My son was born in Georgia. So I need to file this thing in Georgia. Even though I'll be in Georgia in 2 weeks, I paid some money to be on this platform. So guess what I'm about to do tomorrow? Especially since it will be a grand water trine, which will line beautifully with his Pisces moon. Okay. Oh, and if you're interested, I do offer educated ear appointments. And I think I will be putting up the additional educated oracle, where you got a problem, let's talk about it, but I'm going to look at the stars and look at your map while we at it. Yes, that will be additional because I got to do some math. But do you understand how I do stuff? It's mundane and divine, and it works quite well. So well that I'm about to be up out of here. I'm tired of living in the ghetto. So it's like, yeah, I've been busting hump, and it looks like we might be bouncing in a second because I've combined the mundane and the divine, and I've shared it. I haven't kept it. I've applied my theories, and I want to share because I figure, I can go far. I can go fast alone. This is the only thing I'm going to give the Africans credit because we ain't no Africans. I can go fast. I wonder if they even came up with it. I can go fast alone, but I can go further with you. That kind of thing. So that's all I got, more 23 minutes. Yay. Thank you for being here. I will see you again Friday if you're interested. We're actually covering news and all that good stuff and commentary. And if you have some news articles you want me to look at and talk about, please send them to me. You can email me or you can DM me or message me wherever you're seeing this. And hey, do me that favor, because I got my ear to the ground and to the sky and all that other good stuff. But I'm only one person. So if you see something interesting, please let me know, and I will accredit you. Don't even worry about it. All right. Don't forget, visit CalifaMedia.com to get your business book. Take your places. Time is now. Don't wait. What is that? Get ready. Stay ready. Be one of those people that I don't even want to get into it. Just be that person that's going to be able to catch other people just because you were ready. Don't you want to be that person? Right? All right. So with that, I'll see y'all Friday. You have a great rest of your week. Keep your head down, I guess, because nobody's paying attention to the Moors. I love it, right? And I will check y'all when I see. I'll see y'all when I see y'all again. Thank you again for being here. Where's the meetup? It's in and around Atlanta, Georgia. You can find all the details at riseofthemoors.org/Georgia. Everything's right there. There's even a map that shows you, it's already got everything plotted, everything we're going to be, everywhere we're going to be. And I think if you click on the map, it'll actually take you to Google Maps and you can actually look at everything. And if that doesn't work, you can click on all the images of all the venues and they take you directly to the website for that venue. Yes, taking away all excuses. I'm trying to make this as easy as I can make it, because I actually want to see y'all. Okay. I'm on vacation and I figured I would love to meet up with some locals. Don't just visit, travel. There's a difference. Okay. So with that, I'll see y'all Friday. Y'all be cool. And bye-bye. Y'all in now. All right.